Day 2 of Phase 2 of the Nigeria Handball Premier League 2024 in Lagos is delivered intense action. Safety Babes, like we've got Coach Innocent in the studio right now, they extended their winning streak in the women's category, while Tojemarine Handball Club solidify their lead in the men's category. From the MVP performances to thrilling draws and surprising upsets, the league is heating up as team. They try to battle for dominance in Lagos. Let's show you the results from the games played on Day 2 of the Handball League. That's the second phase of the Handball League. We could see that Benue Buffaloes finished 21-37 against Rima Strikers. Adewunmi Warriors went 25-44 against Tojemarine Academy. And Coach Shittu boys, they're not smiling at all. They're coming with anything into the courts and finishing any team that come their way. Confluence Stars went 10. They had a walkover against Sunshine Kings. Of course, I'll be asking the coaches why, the reason for that. But Lagos Seasiders went 23-33 against Safety Shooters. Now, you can see that Coach Nwankwo has got two teams he's managing. That's Safety Babes and Safety Shooters, and both teams are doing well for the Phase 2. Coach, let me start up with ladies. The ladies' results. We could see that the ladies' results saw Seasider Babes go 30-32 against Safety Babes. Benue Dynamos 23-42 against Defender Babes, while Delta Queens went 35. 1 point could make a difference against Imo Grasshoppers. The two coaches in the studio have got a lot to tell us. Now, of course, it's a 2-year unbeaten streak for you. Coach Nwankwo, this is a beautiful one for Safety Babes. What has been the key in this maintaining your dominance on the handball scene?
Well, first and foremost, the secret of my team winning is discipline. Absolute discipline. The number 2, we also have a core marshal. The core marshal of the Federal Safety Corps, Sheikh Mohammed MNI, has given us clear-cut matching orders. We must bring back the trophy for him. And we translated those matching orders to the players. They know what is at stake. They know what it entails. And then the core marshal has also told us that if we have been able to conquer the Nigerian handball scene in the last 2-3 years, that it is time for us to move to the African scene. You understand? So that is enough motivation. Then apart from that, again, the core marshal also has told us that in his vision, his policy is number 1, motivation, welfare. Number 2, welfare. Number 3, welfare. So we cannot come down and allow anybody to subdue us. And of course, you must understand that for you to be a champion, you must beat a champion. And surprisingly, most teams in the competition have just one aim: to come and beat us. They're not even thinking of going for the medals or going for the trophy. Okay. They're only there to win just our team. Once you win our team, and that is why we know that there is no match we're going to play against any of the other 9 teams that is going to be easy for us. So we are prepared, we rolled out our sleeves, and we are ready for any of the challenges that may come. And I tell you, the challenge has not been easy. It has been very, very firm. It has been very, very fierce. But of course, because of some technical inputs, some tactical superiority, we have been able to overcome most of the challenges.
Okay, the challenges, of course, when you have teams that are unbeaten, of course, you'd have a lot of challenges. When you have to surmount it, that's when you become the champion. A great one to see that you have a mandate from the court martial. I'm hoping that Tojemarine also have a mandate, because if you're not flowing with a mandate, you must tell us that thing you're flowing with. You went up against correction boys, and you're able to put them in a correct state. Yes, of course. Though a little bit of struggle, but how are you able to regain momentum to defeat them?
Actually, it's our first match in that tournament.
Yes.
And, you know, we have a lot of young players in our team, and over time, we get carried away. We need to keep talking. So we expected the first game to be like that. So after about 20-30 minutes, after a lot of cycling, they get back to their groove, and they get the job done. You can see it from today's performance. It was really a landslide.
All right, Wale, go ahead. Do you have a question?
Yeah. I wanted to ask them about the quality of the handball so far. I mean, you guys were in Benin before the first phase, and now It's the final phase in Lagos. I mean, what do you make of the quality from the first phase and now that you guys are in Lagos? Then how has Lagos received handball? I mean, and generally, what's the reception of handball as a sport in Nigeria as well?
Well, first and foremost, you see, let me look at the quality of the game. Looking at the first phase and the second phase, there has been a lot of quality, a lot of improvement from what we had in the first phase. And we have a lot of champions in this time. First and foremost, if you look at the COAS team, that is the Nigerian Army
Chief of Army Staff
Babes, they are coming into this championship as the African military champions. They just came out last week from a tournament, this Second African Military Games, which they won
in Abuja.
In Abuja, and they are here now. So they have something up their sleeves, and you can see from their matches so far, they have been able to show that yes, they were truly African champions. So it is one good team that is here. Number two, the team that won the Division 1 last year, Rivers Queens, they are also in this championship. You understand? And then there are also other teams that have not been left out. You understand? And then again, the Safety Babes, we've also been able to maintain and sustain our winning streak. We've not lost any match in the last 2 years. The worst we have had was a draw. You understand? And again, the Plateau team also represented the country just last month, October, in Morocco in the African Club Championship. They have a lot of experiences they are bringing into this championship. So when you look at all these qualities, you understand, you know that players are prepared, teams are prepared, and that is why you see that the quality of game is so fierce. If you look at the matches we defeated some teams in the first phase, it is not the same story in the second phase. So that means to say the players and the teams have improved tremendously because there is a timeline, there is a consistent program from the Handball Federation of Nigeria. They have given out to the teams, this is our competition, this is the time it's going to take place, and people have keyed into it, and then you can always see the results.
The results are showing indeed. Coach Shittu, let me come to you right now. So far, we've talked about the results and how the Handball Federation has been doing wonderfully well. I would count the Handball Federation as one federation that is really active when it comes to organizing league matches and also going out for international competitions. How would you say this can be? Can this be sustained? Because what advice would you give to stakeholders to make sure that we sustain this momentum? We don't have this league coming up now, then the next time we're seeing a one-off, we're seeing an abridged one. How do we sustain this for growth?
First of all, it's good to, before we start talking about sustenance, we'll talk about motivation.
Okay.
And there will be a motivation for us to continue to sustain it. So the motivation is that these steps that we've taking to get to this great place, that it's good for everybody to come together in one accord and try to make sure that it's a general benefit for everybody, that we must ensure that we don't lose this momentum that we are taking.
Are there any challenges you want to share with us that you think you've been submounting to make sure that this league goes in a very nice way?
I don't think there's any challenges for now.
Okay.
There is no challenges. What we just need to do is that we need to add up to what we've gotten on ground. There's still more room for improvement. So the challenges have already been sustained for now.
Yeah, I wanted to quickly ask, I mean, how has the progress, because I've been following the Premier League, the Ardova Premier League for at least 2 years now, 3 years now, and that has also coincided with the progress at international level, especially for the girls and even the guys as well. You know, how much of impact has the league had on our national teams?
If I have to elaborate on this, it will take all the days, but I'll try to make it a concise one. Let's take it down to the female team. Okay. You could see the performance of the female under-18 team, from the IHF trophy, going to Uzbekistan, going to the World Cup. Nigeria has taken about 28 years before they're able to come to this level. Let's also come back to the Junior World Cup that I am a colleague was able to pilot the team to Spain under 21. Looking at all these things, Also, that one has taken about 32 years before Nigeria came back to it. These are the impact of this league. Also, in the past 2 years, Nigerian girls and guys, they've gone out to professional clubs. I think about 8 of them this year going to secure different international teams outside. This is telling you that the league is really adding a lot to the lifestyle of everybody in handball.
All right, Coach, I've been waiting to ask you this question.
Okay.
You are the coach of Safety Babes and Safety Shooters. How are you managing in one league? How are you managing both, the responsibilities from both teams?
Well, you see, managing these teams is not easy, but because we have program, and apart from having program, we also have a dream. We are building up an identity for the Federal Road Safety Corps and in handball. You understand? When you think about the paramilitary and sports, you should, especially handball, you should think of the Federal Road Safety Corps. So that is what we are trying to build up, an identity. And earlier before now, you talked about how can we sustain this league? I tell you that in sustaining this league, one thing is key, and it has to be from the Handball Federation and accountability. If you get sponsors and not accountable to them, there won't be sustainability. But in the past few years that this championship has started, we started with the Premier League, with the Prudent Energy, which has now transformed to Ardova. If there has not been accountability, the sponsors will move away. So I want to praise the HFN, the board, who has been very, very accountable. You understand? That is one. Number two, the media has a lot of role to play. Because if the media is not there, nobody knows whatever you are doing. It's just like when you are winking to a woman in the dark. Only you know what you are doing, and nobody else knows it. So the media is a very, very key ally in ensuring that we sustain what is at stake now. So that tomorrow we'll begin to see handball all over the world, especially that has to do with the Nigerian field. And again, we also want to appeal to corporate Nigeria to also sustain and key into what Prudent and Ardova is doing to handball. There are programs they can come in and sponsor. State governments too can also come in. These are the ways we can sustain our league so that we'll go out and then make more names and then at least keep the youths out of crime.
Yes, keeping the youths out of crime, that's what sport helps us do.
Yeah, I just wanted to quickly ask our coaches here. And this is like a through pass here, I don't know if there's a through pass in handball, Yes. But I wanted to ask, how much of support you're getting from the Handball Federation president, from the federation itself, led by Sam Ochil. What's the support like? Because I know he's also been around for a while. We talked about Uyekpata, right?
Yeah, for cricket.
Ochil also is a proper man leading the proper sport. He knows the sport in and out. So how much of support? How important is Ochil even for the Handball Federation and for handball in Nigeria?
Well, you see, the man has the vision. And you can see all the programs he has been rolling out.
Yeah.
Starting from the age grade competitions, you talk about the under 18, you talk about the under 21, you talk about the female national team, you talk about the male national team. It has been consistent in the past 7 years. You understand? So we must give kudos to him. He has tried a lot. And again, he's one man that has, before he became the president, he has had a personal championship, has been sponsored, what you call the Sam Ochil International Championship, where he brings teams from within the country, started from within the country before, we now went international, bringing teams from the West African sub-region. And no wonder he was elected as the president of African Zone B.
Yeah.
You understand? Just because of efforts he has put in place. So he has done tremendously well. And when you talk about support, he has given a lot of support. Today I can tell you that we have a lot of coaches who have been able to be licensed as license C, license B, and recently license A coaches. These are the support. Again, if you talk about the officiating, we've had some referees that have been brought as Kahab referees. You understand? And again, if you look at the African sub-region, there is no time we organize this project, our Premier League, that you don't get 1, 2, 3 pairs coming out from other African countries to come and officiate, just for us to have fairness. It is that these are the support that we have been giving to the handball in Nigeria. And again, apart from that, again, there's also the angle of officiating, table official. Recently, the board also sponsored one of our own to come into to go to the African soil as a match delegate. You understand? So these are all supports. There are numerous supports that we cannot mention here. The program is so
yes, of course, time conscious.
Take all our time. But of course, there has been great support from the Handball Federation of Nigeria.
That's a good one from the president of the Handball Federation of Nigeria, Samuel Ocho. But I need to ask Coach Shittu before I let you go right now. Coach, yes, you're still top in the league at the moment for the male category. What are we looking forward to? The title, maybe?
We actually just started with 2 matches. We still have about 8 matches to go.
So you don't want to go with the mind games?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
it's a marathon.
Yeah, as the game goes, we begin to flow with the games. But we certainly already picture it, and we know that 75%, I think we should be able to win the league.
Okay, Coach of Safety Babes, Safety Shooters.
Well, for
you
us,
you have Tojemarine to battle.
Yes.
In the male category.
Yes, of course. We will battle them. Definitely, we're going to give them a run
He's
for
here
their money. Yes,
to tell him.
I've told him severally. And even in this program, I'm also telling him that we are going to give them a run for their money.
Thank you.
We know they are going to play at home. They have the crowd to support them. But of course, we are prepared for it. You understand? But in the female category, for us, it's not yet, the course is not yet clear for us to win because we know that we are not going to find it easy. This challenge is going to be firm. It's going to be fierce. But with superior tactical inputs, we will subdue most of the teams. Thank you very much.
Coach Shittu of Tojemarine, have you heard Coach Innocent Nwankwo of Safety Shooters? He says he's coming for you. Do not smile too much. Do not go about celebrating yet because he's going to give you a run for your money. Wale, it's beautiful to hear these coming up from the coaches who are in the league, who are also having to play these games in the league. Good, account of the president of the Handball Federation. And I would say for this time, for the fact that they've not even mentioned any challenge, it's a right step in the right direction.
Yeah, it's a sport that has a vibrant league with a sponsor. Even football doesn't have a sponsor. Yes. Let's be very honest. That's the MPFL. So, and this has been running for years. But I still think that handball is struggling for a bit of acceptance. But you get the feeling, for me, is that if it is well put out there, it's a sport that young people, that the Gen Zs can really identify with. And interestingly, handball is a sport that historically we have always been involved in. On Monday we're talking about, was it Tuesday, we're talking about Rima Queens. Rima Queens are from way back, if you know your handball history in Nigeria. So I think that if the Handball Federation could also dedicate a bit more time to ensuring that they can push the sports to the schools, we'd love to see young kids play handball. It's a sport that I think that they'll fall in love with. It's a lovely sport, honestly. It's a very lovely sport, technical, easy to play as well, athletic as well. So
remember the under-18 boy who is also playing under-18 basketball.
Yeah. So that's just what I think. But as far as the Premier League is concerned, lovely. Super, the quality of the teams. You look at the results so far, nothing has been one-sided. Everything is really close.
I saw a walkover. Yeah, I was wondering, what's it about? Why? They didn't show up for the game? Can you give us a hint of what really happened?
Actually, we wouldn't want to
elaborate on that.
But we're still expecting them to join the
have they played any game at all?
No, not yet.
Oh.
But finally, for me, I think credit also to the paramilitary bodies. They have been very intentional about, and what they also do is, whilst these people play for them, they are also gainfully employed. It's like a double whammy. They are gainfully employed. These paramilitary organizations take care of them, and in turn, these players want to do their best for them. And in fact, one of my friends in the road safety used to play handball for Nigeria. Used to play handball for.
Where is he now?
I think he's in the United States these days. But it's a sport, once again, like I said, that should really be making a lot of inroads here in Nigeria.